Everyone talks about NVIDIA and Microsoft, but here's the thing. The biggest future AI companies and the returns will not be from the mega caps. They'll come from the companies quietly building the infrastructure and technologies that make AI possible before the rest of the crowd catches on. In this video, I'll be breaking down 5 under the radar stocks to buy right now, each with unique positioning in the AI ecosystem, strong catalysts, and massive upside potential heading into the next wave of AI adoption. The AI boom is entering a new phase. 2023 and 2024 was all about the hype. We saw the new language models, ChatGPT created, and GPU shortages. But in 2025, the real money is flowing into the infrastructure. What's building AI on the underground? We're looking at the optics, the alternate compute platforms, and the data center transformations. Many of these enablers are micro or mid cap companies that the general public still hasn't heard of, and that is just as of now, because this is going to be the most growing market in the next few years. This is where the smart capital tends to move before the mainstream narrative can catch up. So I'm going to be counting down the top 5 AI companies that I think are very undervalued on the market today. At number 1, I got NBIS, Nebius, is one of the most interesting emerging AI infrastructure stories in the market right now. There are many hyperscalers like AWS, Azure, which dominate the headlines and what we see in the main retail news. But Nebius is building a next generation cloud platform optimized specifically for AI workloads. As we can see now, when I'm recording this, it's trading at $135 a share and $34 billion market cap, which is very low considering what they are planning to do as a company. Nebius provides cost-optimized computing solutions, including support for alternate chips, which is not just NVIDIA GPUs, which is one of the biggest differentiators as a whole we've seen on the market. This allows developers to run the AI workloads at a fraction of the cost as it previously would. Also their European-based infrastructure positions makes them well positioned amid growing demand for data sovereignty and diversification away from US providers and different outlooks on that. They've also been signing strategic partnerships with startups and academic institutions. One of the main ones, as I'm pointing here out, is the NVIDIA partnership, and it's expanding their ecosystem rapidly. And with a market cap far smaller than any US cloud player, Nebius represents a leverage bet on AI infrastructure growth. If they execute, NBIS could be one of those names that goes from obscure to mainstream very fast. All right, number 2, I got Poet Technologies, POET, which is quietly sitting at the intersection of semiconductors, photonics, and AI scaling. Here's the problem Poet solves. As AI models are growing, moving data between each chip becomes the bottleneck for this huge ecosystem that's getting built. Electrical interconnects are hitting physical limits. And here we have the solution to it with Poet technology. Integrated photonics and optical interposers that drastically reduce power consumption and increase the bandwidth between chips in AI data centers is one of the main priorities for this company. In late 2024, Poet secured a $500,000 initial order from a leading optical engine customer, the first major commercial validation of its platform, and we've only been seeing more and more funding coming in and more resources being built as it's one of the biggest innovations of the next few years. Since then, Poet has ramped up manufacturing partnerships, aiming to deliver scalable solutions to the hyperscalers and networking companies such as NBIS, as I talked to before. Their technology is critical, though, for AI scaling. Think of it like the people selling the pickaxes and the shovels during a gold rush. It's this same type of thing where they're going to be critical. And as more GPUs get connected in clusters, optical interconnections become non-negotiables. So this is a classical enable story where it's not flashy, but it's positioned to be essential infrastructure as AI workloads explode. And because the name is still flying under the radar, the valuation upside is huge if they land major contracts in the future. Next on the list, I got Iris Energy, ticker symbol IREN. It's currently trading at 65.52 at the time I'm recording this, with a market cap of around 18 billion. It's one of the most compelling pivot stories in the AI sector. It was originally a Bitcoin mining company, but it transformed into a low-cost AI HPC data center operator, which owns its own renewable energy assets and strategically located data centers, giving it a cost advantage in running energy-intensive AI computing. This is very important as most companies are exporting this to other companies and making this not on their backlog. Whereas this is, once they become profitable, this will be one of the main things that you want to look at in a company, and they will have lots of high EBITDA and high margins on this. They've become leasing their infrastructure for AI workloads as well, which is effectively repositioning themselves as an AI hosting provider, where unlike many speculative AI plays, Iris already owns physical assets and is monetizing them, which is a major differentiator between all the other companies that we've looked at in the last few slides. The fact of infrastructure pivot is exactly what happened during the early internet boom. Companies with the right assets repurpose them for new industries, and that happened very quickly. And it's one of the things that you're going to have to watch in the next year or two as companies try to get on the AI pivot, and it's going to be the main thing because Iron is still very undervalued relative to the future AI hosting demand, which is going to be absolutely massive in the next couple of years. Next up on the list is SoundHound AI, ticker symbol SOUN, which is a company focused on voice recognition and conversational AI, but with a special twist. Wait for it. They're targeting edge devices and enterprise integrations, not just cloud-based chatbots. They're currently trading at around $19 a share and almost $8 billion market cap. SoundHound its tech is already embedded in automotive systems, restaurants, and consumer electronics, giving it a world deployment advantages. As enterprises shift to AI-enabled customer interfaces, voice AI is one of the stickiest verticals we're going to be seeing in the next coming years. Even if now you call one of these big corporations, one of these big companies, it's more than likely you're going to be met with an AI voice bot that will instantly pick up what you're doing, what you're talking about. And the company is still very early stage, and it has a very focused niche inside the AI sector, which is not competing directly with OpenAI or Google or Microsoft, any of these big companies, but carving its own lane out in voice interfaces. The last one on the list I want to point out is Upstart, ticker symbol UPST, which is an AI lending model with real data advantage. This ticker is probably more known than some of the others on the list, but it remains underappreciated relative to its AI potential. Currently, it's trading at $50 a share and at only under $5 billion in market cap. Upstart AI uses AI models basically to underwrite credit risk, offering an alternative to traditional FICO-based lending, which is very expensive and requires a lot of labor. Their model are trained on billions of dollars in real loan data, creating a data moat that's hard to replicate with any company you see on the market. If interest rates decline into 2025 and 2026, I think Upstart could see a volume surge in loan origination, amplifying the leverage in their AI underwriting model. The stock was heavily sold off during the rate hike cycle, but fundamentals are stabilizing, making it an attractive AI play. So there you have it, guys. We have 5 under-the-radar AI stocks with real positioning for the next wave of growth. NBIS, we got alternate AI cloud challenger, Poet, optical interconnect enabler, Iris, which is the AI data center transformer, SoundHound, which is voice AI on the edge of the next expansion, and Upstart, which is the distributor with the data moat. Unlike the mega caps that I could have pointed out, like Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, these are all asymmetric plays, as I've pointed out here on the screen. These plays, if even one or two execute well, the upside could be multiples, not percentages, not like a small 20% gain, a 30% gain. These are going to be big gains. So let me know in the comments which of these names you think is the most overlooked going inside of 2025. Drop any other stocks you want me to check out in the comments. Like, subscribe. Have a great day. Peace.